is lovely weather, I will say, but not quite for a sleigh ride in San Diego.
No,
That would be a little
yet.
difficult. Maybe a jet ski ride.
Hey, but
that's how we do it here.
But they are going to open up Big Bear, right?
Yes,
they are today.
Yeah, today is the day. So do you know if they're actually getting real snow there?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No,
Just
they are
making it right
making
now.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
making to yeah. I guess they can make it because it's cold enough. So they have the snow machines going. So yeah, they have a few of the runs. We'll talk about that on the CW this morning, previewing the Big Bear opening. Let's show you what's going on at our beaches, because you can talk snow and surf all in Southern California. As you know, you can do it all literally in one day. So we do have the big waves coming through, but also king tides this morning. In about an hour and a half from now, our tides will be really, really high. So it times out for 7:30 this morning, up to 6.8 feet. Low tide is going to be really, really low, negative 1.3 around 2:30 this afternoon, rather. Also at the beaches, I will say, at least right now, not really dealing with fog. The clouds are sitting up fairly high. Fallbrook, though, that is where the fog is pretty thick. In fact, let's show you where what's happening on our traffic maps, because we are seeing that road weather index. You see the yellow visibility is at a third mile, and there are 2 crashes in this area where that fog is definitely going to impact the commute. So on the 15 going southbound, this is the big one. You can see all this backup right here. This is right at the 76. 2 lanes are blocked and the right-hand shoulder blocked because of this crash. There's another one in a residential area. This one right there on El Nido Drive. And I'll get into the details of what else you can expect if you're driving in the South Bay, drive times and all of that coming up here in just a few minutes. Stella.
Netta, thank you. This morning, more cases of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 are being reported across our country, that is. Los Angeles just detected its first case. The patient is a fully vaccinated adult who traveled to South Africa. Their symptoms are mild and they are improving. 5 states have now reported Omicron cases: California, New York, Minnesota, Colorado, and Hawaii. And starting on Monday, travelers flying into the country will have to be tested for COVID-19 within 24 hours of departure. The rule applies to everyone, including vaccinated American citizens. Mask mandates will also be extended on planes, trains, and public transportation through March. The president also says insurance companies will cover the costs of at-home tests.
A new attempt to block San Diego Unified's vaccine mandate has failed. A judge denied the request for an emergency injunction by the Let Them Choose group. They were pushing for a broader and long-lasting injunction against the mandate with personal belief exemptions. Now, this is different from an injunction issued by an appeals court earlier this week. That lawsuit focuses narrowly on specific religious exemptions. This morning, all classes at La Costa Canyon High School will be held online while police investigate a threat against the school. A student found a threatening message written on the wall of a girls' bathroom on campus. Carlsbad police are investigating and will provide additional patrols at the school. Students should stay home and log on to their Google Classrooms at the regularly scheduled class times.
Today marks the return of king tides at our local beaches. Netta mentioned this at the top of the show. She's tracking it for us.
Yeah, so this is something we're going to see along our coast through the weekend here. And News 8's Evan Ronnie live in Imperial Beach with what we need to do, including the best ways we can watch all of this and at least do it safely here, Evan.
Yeah, good morning to you, both of you. That's right. It's a really special time. A lot of people do enjoy coming out to the coastline, enjoying the water. When low tide goes all the way back and recedes, you kind of get to see a lot of the marine life. When high tide comes, it's a good way to just kind of see these magnificent waves when they arrive a little bit further inland than you normally would expect. In some cases, close to 7 feet above sea level is that high tide. Now, take a look. When we talk about these king tides, we are really talking about that huge discrepancy between the high and the low tide, the dramatic shift, and essentially what is usually the highest tide of the year. Now, the tides usually coincide with a new or full moon, since tides are created by the gravitational pull of the moon and sun. Tonight is the new moon in San Diego, so no big surprise. It's also when we'll see the return of these tides. Now, during low tide, beaches can be packed with people exploring areas of the beach that would normally be filled with water. But during high tide, the threat of dangerous surf and flooding can also be a concern. In San Diego, we are expecting a lot of people to go on kind of bike rides, scenic bike rides, and have different viewing areas. In San Francisco, a coastal flood advisory is in effect this weekend with the expectation of some minor flooding at least. And discussion is also going to be had in San Diego in one of these events as to how climate change can affect these king tides and how these king tides can become a lot more normal as as we see our climate change. Now, if you're looking for the best time to get out and enjoy these high tide or low tide conditions, our website has more information on when to expect them. High tide is going to arrive today at 7:30, so we're down here in Imperial Beach. In the next half hour, we'll likely head over toward the water with a little bit more light out here and take a look at what that high tide looks like. And then low tide is expected to come just after 2:30 this afternoon. Tomorrow, Saturday, is expected to show an even more dramatic shift in high and low tides, so another good day to get outside and enjoy the coastline. San Diego, a great place, of course, to see those king tides in action. From Imperial Beach, I'll send things back to you.
All right, looks nice and festive behind them there. And this looks nice and festive as well. A winter wonderland. It's awaiting you at a local theme park. Of course, we're talking about holidays at Legoland.
And there is something for the entire family to enjoy. News 8's Chris Groh is live in Carlsbad, bringing us all of the fun. And if you missed him at 5 a.m., you miss little boy Chris.
A kid in a toy store you are.
We love it.
You did, and I will let that nickname continue for the rest of today, but I do think we have to retire that, right, Jake? After today, we got to retire that, maybe?
Well, you know, Chris, you are a kid at heart. You're here at Legoland California
True,
Resort for the holidays, and you know, I'm a kid at heart as well. Even though I'm a dad with two girls, I love to come to Legoland, feel like a kid, and no better time than the holidays here at Legoland to feel like a kid and get in that festive spirit.
And that festive spirit, we have it on full display here. We were talking about things for everybody to do. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this, right? So we've got carolers, we've got a band, we've got Santa. What do we have going on here?
We have a variety of entertainment for guests to enjoy, including our carolers. We have our Lego Santa, character out here, as well as our brass band. We have a variety of different treats for guests to enjoy. We have our Lego Christmas tree. Tons of things for families to enjoy out here during holidays.
And I think this is a bit of a moment I have to admit to here, guys. Jay, let's go back over here to Lego Santa. When I heard that they were bringing Santa out, I don't know why I didn't realize it wouldn't be Lego Santa, Jake.
Yeah, it has to be Lego Santa. I know you were getting your list together, Chris, for all your gifts this year for Christmas. And Lego Santa's here. We have our gingerbread man, as well as our toy soldier. And then we have our brass band that really sets the tone for the day, allows families to get in that festive mood, really puts smiles on all the kids' faces, and then really start getting those feet moving, right?
Yeah,
it's the holiday time.
And you know what? And no better way to send it back to the studio than with some good holiday music. Thanks so much, Jake.
Yeah, getting us in the spirit here. Here we are, December 3rd. We got a couple weeks to go here. Yeah, coming to town. Wow, they're pulling out all the stops here this morning.
It looks like so much fun. Chris, thank you so much. We'll keep checking in with you. Eric, I got to tell you, the last time we were at Legoland was like 2 years ago. And I just
okay, it's been a while.
Yeah, my daughter was 3 years old, and then the pandemic and all that stuff, so it's time to go back.
Well, we went a couple months ago, and it wasn't quite as festive as it is now, so we got to get back out there. Yes.
Chris just totally made me want to go. I was texting him like, hey, let's go. And he's like, I don't have a kid. Is that weird?
No, he is a kid at heart. We've just learned that.
Exactly. You are the kid, Chris. Don't worry. Enjoy that. Yeah, we have that right here in town. We might as well go and really get in the holiday spirit. Let's take you to the beach this morning. Here we are looking at Cardiff State Beach and the water coming all the way up. You know the boardwalk, that parking lot there, that's a low-lying spot that typically gets taken over by water during these king tide events. So in the next hour to an hour and a half, we are going to see water really coming up even more and more along the shoreline. If you were planning to go for a beach walk this morning, there's not going to be much space to actually walk on the beach at certain locations. So this morning, 7:30, we have the king tide peaking. Tomorrow at 8:10, Sunday at 8:53. Low tide is also important because that's a good time to go tide pooling. So today it'll be around 2:30, tomorrow around 3:30, Sunday around 4:30. So that's how you can plan. If you want to take the kids out, check out the crabs and all the cool stuff in the rocks. You'll get to go to any of our beaches and you'll see, part of the shoreline that we don't typically see until there's king tide events. Here's the reason for the king tides. The new moon, that's actually tonight at 11:44 p.m. The next one will be January 2nd and 3rd. So there's all your info right there. Let's talk about your visibility too. It's a little foggy. Of course, in Fallbrook, you see it's down to 1/3 of a mile. Ramona 1.5, El Cajon 2.5. There's some mist in the air. Look at San Miguel's camera view. All kinds of cloud coverage taking over San Diego. And the main reason for that is an area of low pressure. So you can almost tell there's this counterclockwise motion going on across our offshore, and you can see the clouds coming through. through, and it's going to be cooler because of it. So that sea breeze is impacting us. It's keeping temperatures actually below average for a change. 57 right now for downtown. And then checking in on your 8-day. Let me go backwards and show you the 8-day real quick before we get to traffic. You will see that temperatures for today in the 60s at the coast. Same with tomorrow, mid 60s. Inland, you may get to 70 degrees in some of our hotter communities. Sunday, Monday, we warm up. Tuesday, we cool down into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then look at that raindrops in your forecast for Thursday. So we do have that chance of some light rain coming through. And now for traffic. All right, so where I mentioned the fog is pretty bad. That's right there. So in Fallbrook, we're already noticing a couple crashes because of it. And we talked about the backup because of this one. Starting to see yellow, so it looks like there's a bit of improvement now. Your speeds are improving right at the 15 and the 76.